This is Kaayla from Kayla's Korner. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm taking a sightseeing riverboat cruise down to mighty Mississippi. You might be able to hear they're playing music behind me. Hopefully this will come through. But we're leaving the dock and we're going to take the river around the Memphis, Tennessee area. So we'll see what we see. So across on the other side of the river is downtown Memphis. The boat we're passing now is the boat they use for a 7-day tour down south. I'm not sure how far south this one goes, but it's a 7-day tour. So I think those that follow me know that in 2020 I was on this river on the American Queen, taking a cruise from Memphis down to New Orleans, and that was March of 2020. I was very lucky because...
Test. All right. How's everybody doing today? You see a brown statue back here, a replica of how Tom Lee saved these people. Now, he was reaching his hand out, pulling people onto his boat and taking them back to a sandbar, to the bridge piers. A bridge pier is what holds up the bridge. Now look to your right for a second. Look at the brown bridge piers. They were made by hand. Historical landmarks, over 100 years old. Now look at the one in the middle. Look at the bridge pier in the middle. In the middle of that bridge pier, the paint has rubbed off on every single bridge pier in the middle of it. Do y'all see that? That is how high the Mississippi normally sits, where the paint has rubbed off in the middle of that bridge pier. Look at how low the river is right now. Now the brown ones were made by hand. The gray ones were made by machine. First bridge right in front of us, I-50, a 2-lane highway, the busiest bridge in Memphis last year, 123 years old, still being used today. This one was the busiest bridge in Memphis last year because the new bridge down there with the M had a crack in it. Did y'all hear about that? I'm gonna tell y'all who didn't hear about it. I'm gonna tell you the story. And maybe some people who didn't know it had a crack, maybe they didn't know this. That bridge was cracked since 2016. They didn't say anything until 2021. The bridge inspector did not find the crack in the bridge. Somebody fishing found the crack. They bring out the bridge inspector in 2021 and he does not even notice the crack. So they fire this man. And y'all, I'm real nosy. I just want to know where he works today. So I went to Facebook and he works at Sam's Clubs today, everybody. So go home and check your milk is all I'm trying to tell y'all. 25 with an undercurrent that is stronger than the top current. What that means is, if you're skinny like me, and you fall in this river, when they find you, you're going to be in New Orleans, rolling with the river like that Tina Turner song. The biggest question I get, has anybody ever swam across from Tennessee to y'all's right, to Arkansas to y'all's left? And the answer to that question is no. Or they even switch it, Arkansas to Tennessee. And the answer to that question is no. 13 people have passed away trying to do so.
So that was George you were listening to. He's like super cool tour guide. And again, this is the mighty Mississippi. So across the river, you can see they're actually gorgeous homes. Part of George's little presentation there, we missed in one of those houses, Steve, I forgot his last name, from Family Feud. He lives in one of those homes. So that's pretty cool. Awesome view. I'm sure he owns several homes, but this is one over here. So this time I went to Graceland yesterday. What else did I do? I went to Sun Studios this afternoon. I have some photos on that. And then today is the river cruise, and that's that's about it. So like I said, last time I did the whole week on the Mississippi. And of course, while I was in Memphis, I did Beale Street. I did the music tour bus. That was awesome. Like really, really good entertainer, I remember. And the city tour. And Peabody Hotel with the ducks. Lots of restaurants. They're really good here. So I think this pretty much completes my visits to Memphis. Pretty much seen it all. It's a rough town, I'll tell you. You need to stay with tour groups or know what you're doing here. But it's been fun. It is a cool town. It's got a lot of history. I think that's about it. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can get a close up. These houses are really pretty. Really large. So this was a 90-minute cruise. So I was going to take a picture inside the boat, but the music, they're playing really cool music, but they're playing it really loud. There's no way you'd hear me in there. But it is fun. Here you can see the big cattle. So this afternoon after this, I'm headed east. I don't know really where my next stop's going to be. But I mentioned on Facebook that I totally just flew by Texas. I just knew I would be there forever like usual. I was already 3 or 4 days in New Mexico. And there's just so much I want to see in Texas. I mean, last time when I did the coast thing last year, I meant to spend like 3 or 4 days in Rockport. I was there a month. So I know what happens when I get into Texas. So I skipped that. I also am going to skip Nashville. It's another one of those places that I know I'm going to want to spend a ton of time in. So I will not be going there. Not this time. But I'll go back. So I will see you wherever I can land. And I haven't been able to video because every place has been really loud. The tour at Graceland, I went to Graceland here. I mean, they were just talking the whole time on the bus. It's been impossible to record anything. So the next time I get a chance, I will. Otherwise, happy travels, stay safe, and I'll see you at the next stop.